So I'm about to get myself drawn, this guy here is gonna say hi. Alright. So this guy is gonna draw me as I don't know what, but we're about to see how I look. Mind if I ask you some questions while you're doing that, or do you need to stay focused? Okay. How long does it for this kind of work? How long does it take for you to do a single sketch? Let's call it.
Normally, it takes about 5 or 10 minutes. It really depends on what the customer wants. If it's just a straight facial drawing, that's usually the duration is 5 to 10 minutes. But if it's a custom request, say a certain superhero or a villain, it takes about maybe 5 or 15 minutes.
Okay. Now, like, did you go to school for this kind of stuff, or did you learn this on the fly, like, by yourself?
That's a good question. I learned it on the job, actually. I went to art school, but as long as you have an art background, meaning taking life drawing classes, doing studies on your own time, saying, for example, like going out in public and drawing people, that'll give you a good grasp of how to draw the human form. And then once you get into caricaturing, it just gets a little easier for you. So in my case, I did both. So I went to art school, and then from there I went to go work at theme parks doing caricaturing, and it just got a little easier and easier throughout the years.
Now, is this like would you say this is a good career to live by, or is it like a struggling kind of job? Like some people say that art is like a starving kind of profession. So would you agree with that, or would you say that's not true?
Well, it really depends on the person. It's what you make it. Some people, it could become a struggle because they're struggling with it like the first year. Others have a little bit more patience with it, and they just stick with it because they like it that much. I fall in the latter category. I was just, I don't know. I like it that much that I didn't want to do the regular 9-to-5 job, and because of that, it's taken me places. It's allowed me to travel with these folks here, doing caricaturing, and see different places, meet different people, and do interesting things like having a microphone in my face and drawing at the same time. Sorry.
All right, I'm gonna stop bothering you so you can stay focused.
Okay,
but either way, I'm gonna stop bothering you so that you can stay focused. I don't want you to mess up my nose or my facial features. So I'm gonna turn this camera off, and when we come back on, we're gonna see what this guy came up with. So let's see what happens. I am outraged. This looks nothing like me. Does this look like me? Probably a little bit, yeah. He definitely got the chin right. It's pretty good, actually. Okay. So I'm here at, what's your name, sir?
My name is Will Woods with musetapstudios.
What's your name?
Sukesha, Sushi,
What's your name, ma'am?
Megan Lawson.
What's your name, sir?
Frankie.
Frankie. And what's the name of your business, if you have a name for the business?
My booth is because Frankie G3. You can follow me on Instagram, Frankie G3.
So I'm here with, what's your name?
Lori Stephenson.
And what's the name of your business/booth?
Kazeillustrations.
Bryan Collins.
And what's the name of your business here, sir?
Bryan Collins.
What's your name, sir?
Eric Mateer.
And tell us, what's the name of your booth or your business here you have, sir?
Orange Artworks is our name.
So I'm here with, what's your name, ma'am?
My name's Nara Walker.
And tell me, in this line of work, what drove you to want to, pursue this line of work of being an artist and so on?
Well, I've always drawn according to my parents. I started doing Disney cartoons, and I just never stopped.
What is it that you guys do exactly?
Me and my fiance, we're both artists. We do everything from comic books to print work to magazines, stuff like that.
My booth's name is Bitter Tiger Fruit. I make prints, keychains, coin purses, stickers, just pretty much anything anime, TV, game related. I just make all kinds of stuff.
Now, at these event booths here, you guys mostly sell like your own personal works of like drawings and like collages of like different characters from different stories into one big, clash or something kind of thing like that. Now, what drove you and your fiance to do this kind of work?
Well, I know for myself, it's been something I've done all my life. When I started drawing comics when I was like 8 years old, and I just kept going. People would tell me, "Well, you can't be an artist. You know, you got to go do this." But all I want to do is draw. So instead of going out with friends and going to all these things, I just stayed home and drew all the time. So, and I've always had a passion for comic book art and things like that. And she's very similar to me. She always I think there's a drive in comic book artists that they just want to. That's all they want to do is just create comic book stories and artwork.
Yeah, really good question, guys. So basically, you start as a kid, and then you find something you really, really love. You start like copying the characters and loving that, and then you're like, whoa, I kind of have a passion for it. And you follow the passion, and it'll lead you to something really dope, So get into something like video games, comics, and you never know where it'll take you. You know what I mean?
It's a passion. I've been drawing since I was younger. I'm actually a teacher. I run a daycare. So I've been. This is my second time doing a show like this. I did it for the first time last year. I learned a lot, so I wanted to come around this time, keep it going. I'm probably going to keep doing this for a while. Hopefully, I can become a comic book artist out of this. This is what I'm looking for.
Well, it's a hobby of mine. I really enjoy drawing. It's a lot of fun, and I thought, why not monetize it? Make it more fun.
I've always loved drawing since I was a kid, and just over the years, I've practiced different mediums, and once I got to college, I started getting into digital. And when I picked it up, I just immediately loved it and just kept pursuing it ever since. So I pretty much stick with digital for everything I do.
It's not a one-track career at all. We all do a lot of different things. We do events for caricatures, I have event painting, we've worked for theme parks, we've done books, we've done advertising. So if you go into the art field, it's not a one-track train. You're going to be jumping around doing a lot of different things to make it work.
It depends on if you can find like a good market in a niche. I work full-time right now, so I don't really have time to focus as much as I would like to on my art, but there are people who make a living doing this.
I just always loved to draw. It's something that I always kind of did to escape reality, I guess. And friends started asking me to draw things for them, and it just kept going from there, and now I do it full-time.
All right. Now, when you say full-time, you mean like you don't have any like other job that you do when you're not drawing or anything, or this is like your 100% full-time job, like it's in your only source of income?
This is my only job, only income. It's been that way for almost 10 years.
Because I know sometimes vendors that they don't make enough money because not everybody's buying everything and stuff. So do you ever have like that kind of issue where you guys don't make enough money so you have to have a second job aside from this, or is this your primary income?
This is pretty much my primary source of income. I also do contract work and other commissions when I'm not doing this, so I'm pretty much always creating, which is really great because not many people really get to do what they love, and it's important, so I'm really happy and blessed that I can do what I can do.
I was going to go and do something completely different. I have my degree in chemistry, but I found this path, and it really, really has supported me throughout the years, enough that I can travel all around and really be, do what I want to do and love it, So, no, there are no problems, and people love I feel very blessed, and I don't know, I couldn't ask for another outlet.
We never went into this thinking it was going to pay well. It pays enough, which is pretty much the best you can hope for. Sometimes you get lucky, but it's definitely a lot of hard work.
This is our primary income. We're fortunate enough that like even if we don't make enough money at conventions, we still get enough from contract work and commissions and stuff like that that we're able to sustain a comfortable lifestyle. Yeah. The work is always coming in, luckily for us. So we've been blessed in that department.
Mostly the struggle is up here. Financially, it's just about don't spend more than you make. But it's easy to get discouraged mentally, so that's the real battle, is just keeping yourself creative and motivated.
Now, when you pursue this kind of work, and let's say when people come by to your booth and they take a look at your work and they never buy anything, do you ever feel like let down, or do you ever feel upset or disappointed or anything?
No, they don't have to buy anything. I'm glad that they stopped by and talked to me because I like talking to people at conventions because they're my people and we all love the fandom. So, because when I go into a store or other places, I don't buy everything there, and I don't think they get mad at me. So, no, it's fine. They stop and talk and don't buy anything.
Absolutely not. There are hundreds of artists here, and if somebody even stops at my table, I take that as a compliment, and I completely understand that there's a lot to see here, and so people, I love it when people stop and look. Whether they buy something or not, That's their prerogative, but I enjoy people stopping by for sure.
In the beginning, it kind of did, but it happens so many times at every convention, you just kind of get used to it, and it just, you get a little numb after a while, but for everyone that says maybe they won't, but you have mostly people that do, so there are some people that say they will come back, and they usually do, but it happens, you just have to expect it, so just nothing you can do about it. But
You know, I used to be that way when I was first starting off because as a new artist, you want people to buy your stuff. But, you know, as you grow and stuff, even the taking of a card, that person is probably going to hit you up later, which they do. You know, a lot of people do hit you up later online and they do look you up and refer you to people. So just keep your stuff consistent, keep it good. And I think that's my best advice. So, you know, I'm go with the flow, check my stuff out regardless. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, it just comes with the business. You got to get used to things like that. If talking to someone leads to a sale, then great. But if not, that's totally cool too. I mean, conventions aren't just about making money. It's about networking, getting to know people. And if you don't get a sale from that, you know what? That's fine. That's totally okay.
I mean, it's a very subjective field, so everybody's got their own taste. We've come to these conventions as guests ourselves, and there's certain artists we gravitate towards that we know their work. There's certain, you know, just characters that we like, certain, you know, comics or cartoons that we just gravitate towards. So it's never a personal thing. It's just everybody's own preference.
I can kind of see where it might get to people, like especially when you put so much effort into something that you want to put out to the world, and they don't even care about it. But at the same time, art's subjective. Like what you like, I might not like at all, and what I like, you might not like. So it's every person's an individual, and everybody's not going to like the same thing. So it does not bother me at all if somebody is not interested in our work.
I'm okay with it. I used to be on your end and walk around and look at people's stuff, and as an artist myself, I like looking, and sometimes I get inspired just by looking at the people that influence me with my art. Occasionally I'll buy something when I was on that end of it. When people come around looking, if they ask questions, it's great. They grab a card, they get to see who I am, and hopefully, I'll have their business sometime down the line.
Yeah, so in a way of looking at it, it's like better to do a job that you love to do and keep your head above water than to do a job you hate but make more money, I guess.
Correct, yes.
So I agree with that.